What's up, everybody? Derek here, the 100-mile miner. Today I am at a patented lode claim I got permission to come check out because I've been shopping, keep my eyes open for I'd like to get myself a patented lode claim. Then you're just free from a little more regulation, not all regulation but some. And then I would own it outright, so that would be super cool. So anyway, we're at this one. We're on the landing of the addit, which is behind me. Doesn't look too promising if we're going to be able to get in there or not. Get my hard hat and we will walk up there and see if we can't get in. Okay, so I'm here at the kind of open entrance down there. See, it's a pretty substantial sized addit from the looks of this frame. Shoot, it's a good 10 feet wide down there. Looks like the vein in the ceiling here. We'll have to knock chunks off of it. Look how, it looks like it's at least a good 4 or 5 feet wide from right over there to over in here. So several different layers. I don't know if it all has pay in it or not, but we'll get a few samples of that, take a look. But I'm going to shut the camera off and get myself down in there and turn it back on. Well, I got myself in here, and that's as far as we're getting. Big cave in. All these timbers here so you can't see the ceiling. We can get a sample out of that entrance there, but anyway, it's kind of cool. You can see it's definitely a good sized one. There's been a lot of erosion down in here over the years. It hasn't been worked in a long time. Anyway, we'll get back in here a little bit, see what's laying around. Yeah, let's look up there. Yeah, some bunch of timbers. Pretty sketchy one, actually. This mine would take a substantial amount of investment to open up. All this has to be redone, dug out. So yeah, unless my samples at the entrance are really, really good, this probably won't be something we'll go after. That's kind of a cool, interesting vein there. Might have to take a sample of that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get a sample from here, get that outside, look at it, and go check out the rest of the claim. Okay, we're going to see if we can knock some of this off first, see if we can get a clean look at it. I need a bigger bar for that one. The interesting layer, I think, is these black streaks through here. Let me grab this and show you. You can see a little better up in there. These sections here, to me, looks really good, but then there's that there. It's, looks like two different events happened to deposit those. So, and I can't tell if that over there, if that's a quartz too, or if it's just like a shale. I'll have to knock some of that off and look at it because it looks almost layered in there like a vein. So get a chunk of that out of there out in the light and look at it. Get a few chunks of these in here. Might try to hand pan them here before we leave. See if it'd be worth getting a little bigger sample. So it's definitely a big vein. And maybe if it goes straight up, it'd be worth just opening up this whole cut to mine this out because it's wide enough. But yeah, so I'm going to work on that a little bit, get a few samples, we'll get them out in the light and look at them. All right, it's getting a little nerve-wracking working under that big loose rock, so I'm gonna knock it off. Yeah, that's more like it. Woo! All right, now we got a good look at that up there. There's still a little loose one up here we need to knock loose. Yeah. All right. That's better. Okay. Whew. So, yeah, this layer here looks pretty interesting. Kind of interested in that over this here. Looks a little less, but I'm just going to get a good sized channel all the way across. See if it's any good. It's going to have to be really good to justify the cost of this one, but yeah, you never know, it could be. Let's keep working away. All right, the addit is just right up over there. You can see the top of the cut. And the other thing we got is what looks like some ore piled up over here. Kind of looks like a mix of the vein, some of this darker material, that little rustier looking stuff. It's not a whole lot of it. You know, it's maybe 20 tons or something here. It's hard to say. But I think I'll get a sample of just kind of a mix of all these and see if this stuff has anything in it. Give a good idea if there's at least a little reserve pile to process here. So yeah, I'll get a sample of this too. Okay, well, I didn't expect this. I saw another little road going down. Looked interesting. I had time, so super overgrown, so I didn't expect to really find anything. Got down in here, but here's another addit. And I didn't bring my hard hat and stuff. I got to go back and get it. Looks like that one might go back in there a ways. So yeah, let's just check this bad boy out. All right, here it is. You can see it's caved just a little ways back there. I think this was actually a cross cut. I don't see a vein in the ceiling. It may have been going to access something else. So, yeah, we're not going to mess around in this sketchy little addit. Anyway, it's always cool to look at them. Let's get on out of here. Okay, well, we found what I think is the main workings here. I was only able to talk to the listing agent on this, and she didn't know much. Not the owner, so this is pretty cool. Let me show you this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I think this is just a big, basically loading chute ore bin that they dumped ore in up top and then loaded it, you know, into trucks or whatever down there to haul out, 'cause there's a lower road. I'm standing on a big waste rock pile here that goes to an adit that has long been caved over here. And the road keeps going, so we'll go up and see if there's some more workings. But yeah, up here, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get in this one. You can see track coming out here, and the portal there that is very caved for a long time. But some old tracks, kind of cool. Maybe I'll go down below that big structure below, see what it looks like from below. All right, well, this thing's pretty freaking cool. Super tall. They must have just loaded that thing full of ore and had it dump out here to fill up trucks or whatever to haul down to the mill, which is down at the bottom of the claim. There's no longer a mill there, but the site where it was at. So yeah, because this is definitely not a portal. But pretty cool structure anyway. So that must be, the ore must be this dark looking stuff, because that's what's under this. So maybe, shoot, I don't know. All right, well, we'll keep on heading up the road. Well, this is the end of the road. They got this old cut here. It looks like they kind of worked their way into it, but there's not enough material out here to look like they actually really mined here. Obviously haven't done anything in a really long time, so I might kind of break into some of this, see if that's a vein there. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, we'll turn around, go back down, see if I missed anything, and go keep checking out. There's one more part of the claim I want to look at, see if there's anything interesting, so just keep looking around. Okay, so I thought maybe I saw another addit, and I saw this, and I'm not 100% sure what it was. Maybe it was like a furnace. Maybe they smelted here, and you know, over the years it's fallen apart, which doesn't quite make sense, because I thought the mill was up the hill, but maybe they had two different mills at different times. A little piece of track laying on top of that. So I don't know, unless there was another addit. Some timbers. So there's some concrete foundations and big bolts here. So some kind of structure here. Bunch of big chunks of concrete going up the hill. All the way up there. Pretty substantial structure. Maybe I'll climb up there and take a look at that. See if we can tell from up there what it is. Leave a comment if you think you know. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it makes sense that it was maybe a mill site on a hill. They fed it from above all the way down, and maybe that was a little furnace where they smelted, or maybe there's no pipes, so I don't think steam. Anyway, let me get up the hill and we'll take a look at it up there. Okay, so I'm still down here. I haven't climbed up there yet, but yeah, this was for sure a furnace of some kind. I think there's a bunch of ash, some fire brick. I guess maybe they smelted, or maybe they roasted some sulfide concentrate. Yeah, anyway, pretty interesting. Might look around, see if there's any slag around. Might have some values in it. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Super old furnace. Yeah. Okay, so I'm up here up above. This was definitely, or at least I'm pretty positive, a mill site. So we got some piece of scrap here. Looks like maybe a bearing block or something here. Some piece of metal. So probably some kind of mill up here, and maybe part way down they had a concentrator of some kind, and then maybe they were roasting and or smelting the concentrates at the bottom. Anyway, pretty cool setup at one time. Well, I would imagine it was pretty cool when they had it going. Whoop. Anyway, let's keep on looking around. Here's that concrete from the side. So I wonder if they maybe had a, who knows, a ball mill or something right there. And this is pretty cool, an old pipe. Got an old culvert. You can see the wood with wire wrap on it there. Coming out here, probably supplying water for the mill. So pretty pretty tough build on this one, right on this steep hillside, right into the rock, but pretty impressive. Anyway, let's get my ass down there without breaking my neck. Okay, well, this is a little discouraging for this mine. Yeah, there's some nasty stuff there. This in itself's reason to not want to take this on. have this be your responsibility. This one's pretty gnarly. Oof. Kind of surprised this one I researched hadn't been flagged by the EPA. This one's pretty gnarly. Anyway, we'll look around anyway. Looks like there might be maybe something else over there. At least be interesting to look at, but oof. This looks pretty gnarly. Well, we got another old addit here. I mean, it can't be that old. It's got aluminum pipe coming out of it, but it's definitely been a while since that one been open. So we got some little less toxic stuff coming out of this than over there. Anyway, it looks like there might be one more. Let's go check it out. Well, I think this, if I would have seen this first today, probably wouldn't have kept looking around. This right here is definitely not a liability I want to take on. It's pretty gnarly looking. I'm surprised. I know of a few mines around to get shut down if the EPA sees them like this. Kind of surprised because I did research this one that it didn't have anything. So anyway, unless the owner knows that it's just iron in there, I guess it's possible, but it don't look good. So anyway, it was cool checking it out anyway. Just keep on searching. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Okay, well, I was on my way home and I saw on my map another patented mine, and I was going to drive by it just to see if it looked like it was active so I could maybe contact the owner. And I drove up on this, which is not patented and it's not posted anywhere, so I'm going to at least look inside. This is pretty cool portal, big steel culvert. Won't pull any samples or anything, but look inside, and if it looks good, I'll go research and see if it's claimed. So anyway, let's go inside. Okay, get in here, turn my light on. Oh, it might be caved right up there. That's up. Luckily I brought my hip waders this time, so I can walk through the water. Yeah, isn't this freaking cool? This is pretty impressive. Water's not really getting any shallower, surprisingly. It's a partial cave-in right up here. It's not a full on. Wow, this is pretty cool. Well, we're out of the water here. Looks like someone had dug a trench through there. Getting into some wood timbers here. Let's go look up here. Yeah, this is freaking pretty badass. Oh, look at those big soil anchors. Those anchors, it just fell off around them. Big slab here. Wow. Wow, man, I've never seen a portal like that. That's pretty badass. So, I don't know how deep this water is going to get if we go way in or not, but let's go in here a little bit. Wow, this is freaking pretty cool. I think I hear water. Pretty deep here. Let me see how deep it is. If it's too deep, I won't do it. Yeah, it's pretty freaking deep. I hear water pouring in back there. See, I got my flashlight, shine it back in there. Can't really see shit, it's just dark. Anyway, look at this vein here. Yeah, there must be what they're following right there, that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Anyway, I don't think I'll go farther in now, but this was a pretty cool one to look at. I'll go back home and research, see if this one's claimed, see if it's worth coming back and pulling some samples. It's a pretty freaking neat mine. All right. Well, we're going to turn around, head back out. Pretty cool one to look at if nothing else. All right. Good times.